Consumerism is deeply embedded in the American experience. It's actually shaped the nation's culture, its identity, even its politics. The US's version of success is often tied to material wealth and consumption. Since moving back to Spain, I've been detoxing. I am proudly American, but this is one part of the culture that I can definitely leave behind. Consumerism is so very American. The American dream is deeply associated with ownership, land, homes, cars, people, and now the latest smartphone. After World War II, economic prosperity made mass consumption a patriotic duty. If you weren't buying, you weren't helping the economy. The US perfected psychological marketing. They convinced people they needed things that they didn't even know existed, and then they normalized debt. It became easy to spend beyond one's means. The buy now, pay later mentality fuels consumerism. It traps people in endless financial obligations. In the States, what you own often defines who you are. Consumer goods are not just products, they're makers of class and taste and belonging. Even though consumerism is ingrained in American culture, it's not inevitable. There are counter movements. Think minimalism and sustainability and financial independence. These movements push back against consumerism. Right now, consumerism remains a core part of how America functions. It's a part of economic policies and social expectations. Consumerism is the cultural and economic system that encourages people to buy more goods and services, often beyond their basic needs. While it's often framed as a sign of economic progress, its impact on the lower and middle classes is complex. Easy credit access and aggressive marketing often trap people in cycles of debt, cycles where spending outpaces savings. Consumerism can lead to debt traps. People are encouraged to finance purchases they can't afford. They end up using tools like high interest payday loans and credit cards. Meanwhile, middle class families often feel pressure to keep up with a certain lifestyle. Stress and anxiety from keeping up with societal expectations are fueled by social comparison. This leads to financial stress despite having stable incomes. Over time, it creates a cycle where wages remain stagnant, but the expectation to spend never stops growing. One of the lesser known effects of consumerism is the poverty premium. This means lower income individuals often pay more for the same goods and services than wealthier people. They have higher interest rates on loans and credit cards because they're considered risky borrowers. They experience more expensive grocery bills due to a reliance on things like the corner store, often because they're in food deserts. Lower income people pay more for basics due to limited competition in their neighborhoods. This systemic markup drains resources and entrenches poverty. The cheap processed foods they have access to contribute to diet related illnesses. This creates long term healthcare costs. It's a cycle. Some may think that consumerism offers more choices and opportunities to enjoy a better quality of life. In reality, the system is designed to keep people spending. Marketing creates artificial need. Planned obsolescence forces people to replace products more often. Easy credit makes unnecessary spending feel justified. And the result? Many middle class families live paycheck to paycheck despite earning decent salaries. Consumerism is driven by systemic forces. Blaming individuals ignores these structural issues. A demand for more affordable products and services has led to low cost items that lock people into this unending cycle. Consumerism actually weakens social mobility. Income is diverted to consumables instead of assets. The lower and middle classes spend a disproportionate amount of their income on goods that depreciate in value. We buy electronics, fast fashion, cars. The wealthy invest in assets that grow in value over time. They buy real estate, stocks, businesses. This means the wealth gap keeps growing, even as lower income individuals are working harder than ever. Like I said, I'm on a consumerism detox. Over the last year, I've become more intentional about the things that I buy. I make it a point of supporting local businesses instead of giant corporations. So this is so I can keep wealth within my community. I focus on needs over wants and try to avoid debt-driven consumption to to escape that cycle of spending. Ultimately, I will continue to make smarter consumer choices and educate others about them. I'll continue to do this so that I can be the change that I wish to see. When I decided to limit my consumerism, I didn't go minimalist. And it wasn't overnight. Instead, I focused on intentional consumption. At the time, I was decorating my home here in Spain. It became important to find things that would truly add value to my life while avoiding unnecessary spending. At first, I had to shift my mindset. I had previously used shopping as a coping mechanism for stress. Work is tough. I need new shoes. I'm avoiding something. Let me get that new appliance. I'm bored. Let's find a new outfit. I had to start asking, do I need this? Or is it because I feel a certain way? This led me to identify my spending triggers, realizing that you spend more when you're stressed and bored is a real eye opener. This led me to find alternative coping strategies. I began creating art, getting involved in photography again, and along with the joy of discovering a good Korean TV show, I do have to say that I am high key addicted to these shows. And I took some time to unsubscribe from emails. I'm a zero inbox girly, so it was really important for me to get rid of the ads that were coming into my inbox. I found a lot of success controlling my purchases by doing one simple thing. It was waiting 24 to 48 hours before buying non essentials. This way, I'm able to see if my desire for that thing fades. Buying with cash was also a big one. When you pay with cash, you really feel what you're buying. And if you don't have enough cash, it's challenging to make an impulse buy. It helps you budget your spend. Imagine limiting yourself only to the cash that you have on hand. It'll force you to think about what you're buying before you buy it. It will also shift how you buy from online to in person. And this way you can be sure of what you're buying. Have you ever bought something online and then it arrives and you're like, what the heck is this? This is not what I thought I was buying. And then I buy fewer, more high quality items. This is really what I did when I was decorating the house. I used thrift stores, vintage shops, resale apps to find unique quality items. And I learned basic fixes for clothes and electronics and appliances. And I deleted shopping apps from my phone. That helped me to reduce temptation. I also use browser extensions that block ads. Each step I took was small, but they helped me to get over my default consumerism. There's one store though that I haven't been able to detox from. I was there the other day and I plan on going in the future. It's Costco. In the English speaking community group here in Asturias, I posted about being so excited that Costco plans on coming to Asturias sometime in the future. And someone asked me why I liked Costco so much more than other stores. And that question kind of hit me like a wall. I had never thought about it before. I remember going to Costco as a teen. We go for supplies from my parents' pharmacies. But why can't I get over Costco now? Surely I wouldn't shop there if I'm spending more intentionally. How can I possibly support small businesses while shopping there? The thing is, there's some things at Costco that make sense for me. Relax, it's not the hot dogs. When I go to Costco, my purchases are very specific. It's a 2.5 hour drive each way for me to go there. So you know I'm not buying anything perishable. I'm not buying the things in competition with my butcher. Costco doesn't compete with the pescaderia or my fruteria. They don't contend with my floristeria. Costco competes with the big boys. I buy products that don't compete with my community. Think electronics, paper products, imported items. It's not that roasted chicken for me. It's not even about strolling the aisles for samples. It's about the fact that most things can be returned anytime for a full refund. It's that I can buy gold bricks for investing. It's that they care about their customers and their employees. Don't get me wrong, I did reluctantly buy a Starlink satellite there that I just so happened to have missed the return window on. Costco does carry brands that I don't support, but with intentional buying, Costco is a brand that I can continue to get behind. Tell me in the comments a brand that you don't think you'll ever be able to detox from. And then after you've commented, watch this. Okay, bye.